Yeah, the king has finally arrived. Now the video can start. Let's roll to that beautiful intro. You don't get in a car like this and smile, there's something wrong with you. What is up, all my beautiful YouTube family? Welcome back once again to the Bad LSX Garage YouTube channel. I'm glad each and every one of you decided to stop back by just to see what kind of shenanigans or what kind of nonsense may be going on this week. I appreciate you stopping by. Now, the king is here. The king has arrived. Wait a minute, you think we're talking about me? Absolutely not. In no way, shape, or form am I a king. No, that's not happening. But I am going to introduce you to a real king. If you followed this channel any period of time, you know that I try to bring you good, honest, wholesome content. Whether it's with motorcycles and motorcycle product reviews, whether it's with truck and truck product reviews, or whether it has to do with garage tools, if you will, things that you need to have in your toolbox or in your arsenal. And today's video isn't going to be any different. Now, if you'll go back around 2 years ago, I introduced you to an automotive diagnostic tool called Launch. Not many people was actually talking about this tool, but I was one of the first. Now, this isn't it, but the 129i was what we started off on. About a year later, we started talking about the 129x. Both great tools. Anything from Launch is a great tool. Matter of fact, I believe that one of my subscribers, Richard, you can leave it in the comment section, but I believe you're having an absolute blast with this because he actually won this from a giveaway. Now, the product I'm going to show you here today isn't a Launch product, but it's an apparent to, which means it's an apparent to the technology. It's supposed to be equal to the technology, if not more than a Launch product. And from its name, if the name has anything to say about it, yeah, well, it's the best. Without further ado, let me introduce you to the king, KINGBOLEN S608. Meet the only bi-directional scan tool under 200 bucks. That truly does it all. Has comprehensive functions, one used, all playback. It has 9 special functions: oil, brake, BMS, DPF, reset, SAS calibration, throttle adaptation, injector coating, ABS bleeding, gear learning, 2 more special functions than the CRP 123i, and it makes the KINGBOLEN S608 the most versatile scanner in its class for daily maintenance. It does have the auto VIN feature, which will automatically tell your VIN, will tell your year, make, model, etc. 4-in-1 graph data stream, pre and post scan reports, diagnostic history. It has a built-in browser, but you do have to put your Wi-Fi passwords in. Don't be afraid to do that. Vehicle coverage inquired, DTC lookup, online feedback, and instant live support, which I thought that was kind of cool myself. I'm stumped. I have a problem. I can't figure out what is going on. I can't figure out how to break down everything. It has a 24/7 live support system. You can message somebody and they'll actually help you fix your car through this diagnostic tool. Yes, you heard right, instant live support. So you could share your detailed reports via chat and pinpoint issues 50% faster. It's like having a pro mechanic in your back pocket. Listen fam, this is just a 4-system diagnostic tool, which means engine, ABS, SRS, and transmission. So if you need to access all your vehicle modules like BCM, your TPMS, your HVAC, or you need to perform full system scans or handling advanced ECU coding, well, this scanner isn't going to be for you. They're going to recommend the KINGBOLEN K7 or the KINGBOLEN K8. Those systems are more advanced. They're built more for the professional, where this system is just built for the shade tree mechanic. So now that we've talked a little bit about it, let's see what it can do. When you get this KINGBOLEN out of the box, you will need to do a few little setups with it, like going through, turning on, make sure it's charged, actually go in and put your Wi-Fi setup in, because you want to be able to use the features that it has. Also, when you go into this product, you want to see if there's any updates. get all of those updates secured and ready to roll before you actually plug it into your car or truck. Next, take the acquired cable that comes with the King Bowling and screw it into the back. Now, it does have what I would call like a computer hookup that goes into the King Bowling and then runs into your OBD port in your car or truck. Then just turn the system on. Now, you gotta also keep in mind that this King Bowling is just like the Launch. If you've ever worked with the Launch product, once you're plugged into the car or truck, it's automatically charging at that point. So if you don't plug it in to charge, it will charge while you're actually using it. I'm sure some of you are gonna ask, how does it feel? How does it navigate? Honestly, just like any of the other scanners. I mean, it feels just like the Launch product. It feels just like a Snap-on. It feels heavy. It doesn't feel plastic. It feels just like a decent little scanner. And as far as navigation goes, as long as you follow the prompts, there's really nothing you can mess up. It always gives you a yes or no if you need to cancel out. Plus, you have the back feature and you have these little joystick arrows, if you will. Just like with your Launch scanner, you also have the auto search feature. You press the auto search and it will scan your VIN. It will tell you what you're actually working on. Once you go through the necessary prompts, you got your health report, your system scan, or your system selection. Now, I do know that we have what would be called a tag light out on this truck. There is no wiring harness to actually plug into the tag light. So we're just going to go into health report and we're going to see what it actually has to offer, if it tells us what's going on. Actually doing the scanning right now. I like the little car, how it kind of scans over it. We have a EBCM electronic brake control module. It says U0422-71. So I don't know what that is. Let's just click on it. When we click on it, it goes right straight to Google and it tells us the GM code U0422-71 signifies a communication fault where one control module is not receiving valid data from another, specifically the BCM. So let's click back out of that. Let's go here, just hit our arrow back button, and let's just click on this and see, well, sorry, hit the wrong one. Let's see what else we got. Let's hit this arrow right there. So that took us right to, let's go to read DTC. Let's go to DTC display. It says invalid data received from body control module. This ignition cycle failed. DTC current, status, history, malfunction indicator, lamp, mill status requested. So obviously it's telling me that I have a turning signal or some sort of light that is not functioning, which I know that. I know it's actually the tag light. So that's all I've got. It's actually wrong with this truck, and I know that. But let's see what other kind of features they have. We have read DTC, clear DTCs, we have live data. Let's see, anti-lock braking, solenoid valve data, adaptive pressure. Let's try the anti-lock braking. See what that says. Okay, we have anti-lock brake system, pump motor voltage, anti-lock brake system, brake booster vacuum sensors. I mean, it goes all the way down through here. Delivery torque, lateral acceleration signal, left front wheel speed sensor. Now, I do know that my TPMS sensors are not in here, but obviously this does not do TPMS. And it does not do the TPMS reset either. There again, King 7, King 8, if you want that, the bigger, better versions. Now we're back at the auto search page. Like I told you guys a few minutes ago, if you didn't want to auto search and you wanted to put it in yourself, you could actually go down through here, look for your specific car or truck, whether it says Cadillac or Chevrolet, you know, yeah, it's China, but you know, you kind of got to get over it. You want to pay $1,500 or you want to pay $200? I mean, you know, give or take a little bit, but let's go down here to Chevrolet. You know, let's check it out. So we click on Chevrolet, and then it's probably going to give you some options: Silverado, Corvette, you know, what year, and all of that. We can go into automatic search, or we can do manual. Let's do manual. Do Chevrolet. What year do we want? This is a 2018. What do we got? Is it a Cobalt? No. Corvette? Cruise? Express? No. Onyx? No. S10? No. Let's hit Silverado. We got a silver taco here. Health report? Sure. And it's scanning. Checking it out. Let's exit out of this. We don't want to do none of this. Exit out. Exit out. All can be done with this little back button. Would you like to end your diagnostic session? Yes. So you always have yes and no features. You're not going to mess anything up. If you punch something in, you can always back out of it. That's what I like about these. It won't do it without your input. Okay, we have maintenance, ABS bleeding, battery matching, brake pads reset, DPF for you diesel guys, electronic throttle adaptation, gear learning, injector coating, oil reset, and your SAS. That's all free right here, right now. We can go down to file. Now, this is just what I've been messing with. A couple nights ago, I messed with my wife's Chevy Blazer. Nothing there. And I've been messing with this truck today. It's all can be stored right here. It also has a feature on here that you can record or you can screenshot. That way, if you need to send this message to your little live data dude, well, you'll be able to do that. Or if you need to send it to maybe your tuner or your mechanic, or maybe you need to just save it for later. It's all right here. You can do all of that. And it all can be done right here in the settings. You've got options right down through here that will tell you for your photo album, click it on, screen recorder. If you want to use your metric of measure, which one you're going to use, your time format. And as you've seen when I hit screen recorder and photo album, these right here came up. And they can be dragged and moved anywhere that you want. That will be for your picture. And that will be for, as you see, it just gave you a screenshot. And if you want to record, it will record. Now, one thing that I didn't like is you see how these are constantly in the way. So what I like to do is just go ahead and turn them off. Go back down through here, click them off, and then they're kind of out of your way. So you're not accidentally doing something that you don't need to do. Finally, click on Repair Info. Here you have Google Chrome, OBD fault code library, coverage list, learning, and user manual. Obviously, user manual will be about the King Bowling itself. It will tell you everything about how to work this machine, about its part number S608, about where to install the cord, about where to plug the cord in. Just every feature about it will be right here. Click out of that, you have learning. Learning is actually about how special function playback, it's about how this machine works, about every feature and about how to do it and learning how to do it. Then you have coverage list. Your coverage list will be everything that this machine will cover. What cars, what years, makes, it's all right here in this as soon as it pulls it up. Now you got to keep in mind, sometimes it's a little slow. There again, it depends on your internet connection at this point, because this is based off of internet connection. It has to read off of that. Here you have passenger vehicle, motorcycle, immobilizer, OBD plus. So you have ABS bleeding, you have for Aston Martins, BMWs, brake reset. It's all right here. Click back out of that. OBD fault code library. When you click on that, you can actually press whatever code you had in. It will go into Google and obviously do that for you. Just kind of the same feature that was in the previous that we showed you earlier. And obviously Google Chrome. But the question still remains, is this the King? Well, I don't know. They really never said that per se. It is in the name, King Bowling. So I just kind of assumed that they thought, you know, they're the King. In all honesty, I do like it. I like its features. I like the way it works. I like the way that you don't have to pay for a lot of these things. Will it replace the launch? I don't know. I think that's kind of subjective to you and what your needs are. To me, I use this a lot. Is it too much 40 bucks a year to pay for this for all of the features, there again, that's subjective. That's up to you. To me, would this work for just a everyday shop? Probably not. Would it work for somebody just mechanicking on the side, just tinkering with their stuff, really don't want to take your car to a shop for full-on diagnosis and diagnosing tests and pay the fees? Yeah, probably. You're probably going to learn a lot from this, and yes, it's going to be helpful. Is it the king? There again, I don't know. That choice is up to you. Yeah, I'm scanner poor. Matter of fact, I probably got 4 more off a camera that I just can't hold. I don't have any room for them. So this KINGBOLEN is under 200 bucks, okay? Just alone, this little scanner right here that you can get at your local auto parts store, all it does is read codes and you may be able to clear them. Maybe, if you're lucky. This is 60 bucks. Okay, this is a TPMS learning tool. This resets your TPMS if you put new sensors in your tires, etc. It's also 60 bucks. There's 120 bucks in 2 tools that may or may not work on your car. Before I end this video, I want to give you a little bit of food for thought. When was the last time you actually took your car or truck to have it worked on? When you took it to find out what was going on, they told you that they would have to run a diagnostic check, correct? That diagnostic check is going to run you anywhere from 150 to 180 bucks. That's not fixing the problem, that's just telling you what the problem is. For under 200 bucks, you can find out what the problem is yourself, and you don't have to stick the money in somebody else's pocket. KINGBOLEN, check them out. S608 is this model number, is what we work with today. But you can also check out the K7 or K8, depending on what you need. Keep the money out of the shop's pocket and in yours. Fam, that's all I've got for you for this week's video. If you've enjoyed it, you know what to do. Go down there and give old dad a big thumbs up. I'd greatly appreciate it. Until next week, are you ready? Let's do this. Peace. I'm out.